Hello and welcome back to Mama Stella's kitchen. As always, it's a joy and delight for me to welcome you into my heart and my home, my kitchen. It is my passion, it's my joy, and hugs and kisses to you who are watching, and welcome. I'm especially excited today because I am doing one of my family's firm favorites. It's roast pork belly, as you can see. Also, I've had friends, bonus daughters around the world, ask me for my recipe, and I'm always like, yeah, and I never get around to it. So here we go, I'm doing it on public video for you all. So Ellie, Brenda, Kelly, my daughters enjoy the process. So this is going to be part two parts to this video. The first one being how I prep the pork belly, and then I will later on, when I take it out the oven, I'll be delighted to share with you how it looks. And believe me, when I say quick and easy is my motto in the kitchen, as long as it's delicious, this one is really easy. I was always, for years, a little bit daunted by roasting a pork belly, but since I've been doing it, every time I do it for my family, and I don't do it too often because it's a treat, I like to keep it as a spoil, they always say, Mom, this is your best ever. So hopefully this one is as good, if not better, than the last one. So here goes. I've done a bit of prep work. So let me tell you what I've done. And this for me is, it didn't even take long. It's the simple, but it's the foundation. Like love is my foundation. This is the foundation of a delicious pork belly. So what I do here, I've cut in half and in quarters about 4 or 5 apples, because as you see, today is a very big pork belly. I don't normally buy them that big, but we are a lot of people, and it's lockdown, and I bought this a couple of weeks ago before lockdown, thinking, well, there'll be enough for a couple of meals here today, so over the next few days. So here we go, my big pork belly. So depending on the size of your pork belly, you can apportion your foundation, your bottom first layer. So I've got apples. So these I will put down first. Before I get there, I need to just tell you, part of the secret of the pork belly is a double layer of foil. So you see, shiny sides together, dull side up. I've done a little bit of spray and cook on it. And then I am using a oven tray, a big one. Normally I use my normal roasting tray, but this pork belly is just too big. So I've lined this just as a base of my tray. And then this is the packet, the pocket, the container for my pork belly. And I'll show you why in a minute. So this goes into my tray over here. And then on this double layer foil, I will lay my apples. For me, apples and pork, marriage in heaven. And with this, I will add, today I've got a whole lot of garlic cloves, and you'll see I've left my cloves with their skins on because they roast really well. So when you dish them out at the end, you just squeeze it out with your knife or your fork, and you have a delicious roast garlic clove. And then I had some ginger in my fridge, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to try a bit of ginger this time. So I love ginger, and again, I've kept them quite big, so that if you don't like ginger, you can just give it to the people who do like ginger. So mix those around, and then of course onion. Roasting onion has a gorgeous smell all of its own. So these are, I think I've got 3 onions here, cut into quarters. Again, I'll just toss them over the top of the apples and the garlic. So as you see, I built a little bit of a stack here of veggies. I call them veggies, whatever you like. You can put anything in this. If it's a hard veggie, like I was going to put carrots in, and then I'd run out. So you could put carrots in, because these are going to roast with the pork belly for probably 5 to 6 hours on a low heat. So then what I do is I will put some salt and pepper over this lot here, because we need them to retain some flavor and to boost their flavor. So there we go, some salt, I like this process, I love this ground lemon pepper. And then I put a couple of herbs, some thyme and some rosemary on the top of because they will melt or release their flavor. I'll keep one nice big stick for the top of my pork belly, some lovely thyme in here. And then precious ones, this is the point. Here comes the real secret. I'll take my pork belly and I'll put it on top of this lot. So it looks like a crown resting on top of the apples and the onions and the herbs. Now, let me move this plate out the way and get to the real secret. And here you take your time a little bit because you don't want to rush. So now we take the edges. You'll see there's quite a few edges. I'll take the edges, and you may need to reposition some of your apples if they've popped out. And then we begin the process of tucking this. And if you need to make a few snips, you can. Because what I want to do is tuck my my foil under the crisp belly part. So you'll see there, I'm tucking the foil, the pocket, the packet, the foundation here, under the fat. Seriously, this is, for me, has been the absolute best godsend. Oh, that's when it comes to pork bellies, to make the most delicious pork bellies. So you take a little bit of time over this, and then I'll finish this up when I push stop. So that's just to give you the process. You know, take your time and tuck it into the fat like this, so that it doesn't pop open as much as possible. So I'll take my time just now, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then just a little bit of olive oil over the top of your fat, a few sprinkles, glugs, whatever you like, and get your hands involved here and rub it in. And if you can get my butcher scored my pork belly fat on the top here, and I bought one of the bones in because I like the bones. You may not. You just ask your butcher to take the rib bones under the pork out. I left them in because they're yummy at the end. And so rub in your olive oil into the pork belly skin really well, like that. So now my hands are full of olive oil, but that's okay. And now another little secret. So there's a few secrets in this recipe. You may want to watch this again. This one is lots and lots. And once you've tucked it in, you're not going to get all that salt into your food, so it won't be over-salted. This over-salting is just of the pork belly skin, because that, my precious ones, is what makes the crunchy bit when you tuck it into, when you put it into the oven. So let me tell you, as I finish here, so you can see this is salted, this is scored, this is in its pocket of tin foil. I'll maybe throw another, just a little, not a lot, because you don't moisture on the top here. You want this to dry out, just a few herbs, just for the smell while it's cooking. And then I'm going to put it in the oven. The oven has been heating at about 200, just to get it hot for 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to turn it down as I put the pork belly into about 120, 130, depending on the strength of your oven. And then you know what? You forget that it's there. Through the afternoon, you'll start, oh, it smells so good. And then what I do is I take it out about an hour before, just check it how it's looking, retuck, sometimes maybe even earlier, retuck my tin foil, because sometimes it shrinks. You can do that a couple of times if you like. Retuck your tin foil because you want to keep the moisture in the meat and the crispiness on the fat. So I'll put it in the oven at about 130, 120, and then leave it for about 5 to 6 hours. What I will do is towards the end, just before we getting the rest of the supper ready, I will then see how the crackling is doing. And if it's really cracking, I'll leave it, maybe turn it up a couple of degrees to 160. If the crackling looks like a little bit work, I might grind a little bit more salt over it and then crank the heat up to about 180, 200, just for 10 minutes. Don't let it burn, just for 10 minutes. And that, my precious ones, is the preparation of roast pork belly. I do hope you enjoy making it, and this has been a slightly longer video, but it's been a pleasure for me to show you how I make my pork belly. This I will tuck in when I'm finished talking and get it in the oven so we can have it tonight. And I will do part 2 for you when it comes out and just show you the deliciousness of what I have created. Simple and easy, literally 10 minutes chatting to you about it. It took me about 10 minutes to cut up the onions and the apples, and wait and see. And I wish you were here, and I'm looking forward to the day where I can hug you again, kiss you, and serve you my delicious pork belly with so much love, many blessings, and knowing that those who are watching my videos are getting an extra special prayer and a blessing from Mama Stella's heart to yours. Much love. See you in part 2. Bye-bye.